Happy birthday Shia LaBeouf. The outspoke actor, artist and Trump critic turned 32 on Monday, capping off what's been another tumultuous year for the Transformers star. After a racist rant directed towards police went viral following an arrest last summer, LaBeouf recently told Esquire that he's turning over a new leaf and taking steps towards getting sober. He's also been seen working on his new movie Honey Boy, a semi-autobiographical tale about his own childhood. From his Trump protests, artistic experiments and arrests, the following is a rundown of LaBeouf's biggest headline-making moments. Playing his dad in a movie. LaBeouf is playing his own father in the loosely autobiographical movie Honey Boy, which he co-wrote. Oscar nominee Lucas Hedges will star as a young LaBeouf in the film that follows a former child star attempting to mend his relationship with his alcohol-abusing father, according to Variety. The 31-year-old actor was recently spotted on the set of the new film looking completely unrecognizable with long hair extensions and a balding cap. The actor also sported bushy sideburns and large circular glasses to complete the transformation. The Georgia arrest. In the April issue of Esquire, LaBeouf gave his first sit-down interview since his mortifying 2017 arrest, during which he went on a racist and expletive-laced tirade at police officers. "What went on in Georgia was mortifying," he remarked to Esquire, calling it a mixture of white privilege and desperation and disaster. At the time of his arrest last July, LaBeouf was charged with public drunkenness and disorderly conduct, although the former charge was later dropped. In October, the actor pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor charge of obstruction. After footage of the incident was released online showing the actor's foul-mouthed tantrum while resisting arrest, LaBeouf apologized for his behavior, calling the incident a new low, and adding that he was actively taking steps towards securing sobriety. The bartender lawsuit. Last May, he was sued for defamation and assault in a $5 million lawsuit filed by a Los Angeles bartender, whom he reportedly called a racist. According to court documents obtained by The Hollywood Reporter, on April 5, LaBeouf, who was accompanied by wife Mia Goth, got into a verbal altercation with staffers at Jerry's Famous Deli, after bartender David Bernstein refused to serve LaBeouf and Goth a drink, allegedly because they were already too intoxicated. LaBeouf's attorney Brian Wolf told People at the time that the lawsuit is baseless and that they would be seeking dismissal of the case. The Trump protest moves overseas after both the New York and New Mexico locations of his anti-Trump art installation Will Not Divide US were shut down. LaBeouf and his collaborators Rico and Turner announced last March that they were relaunching the project overseas. The live stream protest has been moved to the Foundation for Art and Creative Technology, FACT, in Liverpool, UK. Events have shown that America is simply not safe enough for this artwork to exist, the trio said in a statement on FACT's website. "We are proud to be continuing the project at FACT, an arts center at the heart of the community." Over the weekend, LaBeouf shared an image of the exhibit on display in Poland. The Trump protest arrest. LaBeouf was back in the spotlight in January after he was arrested in New York City following an alleged altercation at the site of his art installation protest piece. The actor was accused of attacking a 25-year-old man outside the Museum of the Moving Image, and was charged with misdemeanor assault and a harassment violation. He was released hours later and promptly returned to the protest site. The art installation, titled "He Will Not Divide Us" and set to run 24 hours a day over the next 4 years, features participants being encouraged to chant that phrase. Vegas wedding. It turns out LaBeouf's surprise Las Vegas wedding ceremony with Mia Goth in October 2016 was no performance art piece. It was the real deal. The actor later stopped by the Ellen DeGeneres show, where he confirmed that he's officially a married man. "Congratulations, I think you just got married," said DeGeneres. "I did, yes," LaBeouf, 30, replied. "You said I think because you thought I was messing around or something." Following LaBeouf's seemingly impromptu nuptials in a Las Vegas wedding chapel presided over by an Elvis impersonator, many doubted the validity of the ceremony due to the actor's love of doing off-the-wall performance art pieces, and the fact that it was live-streamed on the internet. Hitchhiking across the country. In May 2016, LaBeouf and frequent collaborators Rico and Turner, aided by Vice, spent 30 days trekking across the United States with only the good graces of fans and strangers to help them get from point A to point B. The project was commissioned by the Boulder Museum of Contemporary Art as part of the Finnish Institute in London and Media Live 2016, as well as Vice and Frame Contemporary Art Finland. Answering interview questions in verse. Talking about Alma Hirel's documentary Love True with Complex in April 2016, LaBeouf turned to that most noble of art forms, poetry, to express his thoughts on the subjects of the documentary. People asked about their experiences with true love. "We're all cut from the same cloth. I've been watching them from afar for a few years now. It's been quite powerful, both with distance and to be in the presence of these people are magical and extraordinarily strong. It's humbling, it is humbling." Locking himself in an elevator again with Rico and Turner, LaBeouf performed a project called #Elevate in February last year, in which the three spent 24 hours inside an elevator in Oxford, England. Fans were invited to join. LaBeouf addressed Tinder, shared his favorite song with a group of fans and naturally, took plenty of selfies. Live binging his own movies. In November 2015, LaBeouf participated in / created another multimedia livestream project, this one titled #AllMyMovies, in which he watched all 27 of his feature films, in reverse chronological order, in New York City's Angelica Film Center. He took 5-minute breaks in between films, but otherwise did not leave the theater. Writing an essay about his arrest record for the book Prison Ramen, which also includes arrest-themed essays from celebrities like Taryn Manning, Slash and Danny Trejo, LaBeouf contributed an essay called Dara Breeds Sense that recalled his many brushes with the law. Among the insights presented, his fourth arrest, after refusing to leave a Walgreens in Chicago, resulted in the best sleep ever for some reason when he spent the night in jail. Ironically, prior to the book's release, he was arrested for public intoxication in Austin, Texas. That motivational video. In June 2015, LaBeouf recorded a series of 36 videos in conjunction with students from UK's Central St Martin's Fine Art BA degree show, as well as Turner and Rico. In the clips, the actor read text the students had submitted in front of a green screen that could eventually be changed to whatever the students liked. While students had LaBeouf recite everything from the Charles Bukowski poem to the mantra Om, the one that really stuck out was of the actor simply screaming a series of motivational phrases. For example, Don't let your dreams be dreams, and yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. That enslaved quote in an April 2015 interview with Variety, LaBeouf expounded on his views of art, which included the somewhat unfortunately phrased line, "The requirements to being a star/celebrity are namely, you must become an enslaved body." He described the concept of stardom as outmoded and expressed his preference for performance art rather than acting. The Elastic Heart video scene enlisted LaBeouf to dance alongside her longtime stand-in Maddie Ziegler in the video for Elastic Heart. Some people were perturbed by the choice to show the actor partially clothed with the much younger Ziegler, and Shia apologized, saying, "Maddie and Shia are the only actors I felt could play these two warring," Shia self-states. The cabaret arrest in June 2014, LaBeouf was arrested at Studio 54 in Manhattan after interrupting a performance of the Broadway show Cabaret, having an intoxicated brawl with a homeless person and disrupting patrons of various bars and restaurants in the Midtown area. He later apologized for the incident on the Ellen DeGeneres show, saying he went through an existential crisis in 2014 that resulted in some hiccups, some judgment errors. The paper bag. Red carpet walk. LaBeouf attended the premiere for the film Nymphomaniac in February 2014 wearing a paper bag painted with the phrase "I am not famous anymore" over his head. Asked a question about the film, LaBeouf responded, "When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea," before getting up and leaving the cast panel. The quote was lifted from an interview given by Manchester United striker Eric Cantona in 1995, #I am sorry. In February 2014, LaBeouf created an art exhibit in LA's Cohen Gallery entitled #I am sorry. A riff on the early works of performance artist Marina Abramovich, the exhibit saw LaBeouf seated silently in an empty room with an assortment of props like whips, candies and instruments. Visitors were allowed to enter the room one at a time. Perhaps most disturbingly, in November 2014, he later claimed he was raped during the exhibit. One woman who came with her boyfriend, who was outside the door when this happened, whipped my legs for 10 minutes and then stripped my clothing and proceeded to rape me, he wrote in an email interview. The skywriting apology cloud? Vapor floating in the atmosphere, remote servers used to share data, to make less clear or transparent. pic.twitter.com/JW9JLA791, Shia LaBeouf, at The Campaign Book, January 1, 2014 and January 2014, LaBeouf was embroiled in a controversy wherein he was accused of copying graphic novelist Daniel Close's work. He apologized via skywriting, hiring a plane to write "I am sorry Daniel Close" across the skies of LA. The Broadway dropout in what could have been considered the beginning of the actor's troubled period, LaBeouf dropped out of a 2013 revival of the play Orphans on Broadway alongside Alec Baldwin. He cited differences with the show's director, Daniel Sullivan, as part of his actions, and later made a series of public apologies, many of which were plagiarized from the work of others. Edit post.